Our following breaking news into our newsroom this evening. The Diocese of Madison says a new criminal complaint was filed yesterday in Marathon County for former priest Andrew Showers.
That's right. The allegations involve attempted grooming of a child for sexual activity and bail jumping.
Now, Showers is facing similar charges in Waupaca County related to his initial arrest in August of last year after agreeing to meet up with a minor who was actually a Clintonville police sergeant posing as a 14-year-old girl. The new criminal complaint is connected to an online undercover investigation by a police officer posing as a 15-year-old girl. The diocese says a warrant was issued for Showers' arrest, and he was taken into custody earlier today after turning himself in.
Showers was stripped of all public ministry privileges immediately after his arrest last year. In June, the church officially dismissed him from the clergy, confirming he is no longer a priest. And in response to this new criminal complaint, the Diocese of Madison said in part, quote, "We are appalled and deeply distressed by these additional charges and continue to pray for anyone affected by this profoundly troubling situation," end quote. Showers is scheduled to appear in court coming up on Monday.